So today I want to teach you how to make connections in football. Like, I want to make this video because I realized recently, watching my brother, his teammates, and the things of that nature, that connections are so important in football. Like, it can give you opportunities. It can give you opportunities that many players don't get to have. Like, I've seen literally average players at getting like training sessions with academies simply because maybe they knew a guy who could get them into the session. Like, for example, there's one of my brother's teammates who literally gets to train with academies literally every single week just because his dad knows people. Like, he'll literally, let's say for example, he'll literally train with Arsenal. They'll look at him, they'll be like, okay, he's not good enough. Let's drop into the development center. Let's drop into the development team instead of the actual academy. And then obviously because he didn't make it, he'll move again. He'll go to like Fulham or something. He'll play for Fulham. They'll tell him, nah, you're not good enough. Drop into development. Then his dad will take him to another child, take him to Chelsea. He'll get to train with the academy for a few weeks, and then boom, now you're not good enough. Development center. So yeah, seeing this, I realized how how vital connections are in football. Obviously, you guys should pretty much know this. Sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know. Because obviously you need to know people just to even get that opportunity to like just show your talent in front of like high level coaches, high level scouts. So yeah, today I'm gonna show you like little things you can do to improve your chances of sort of building those connections with people who can take you to a high level. So the first point I kind of hinted at it in the intro is literally try to join a team who are known for having connections, sort of thing. So this could come in various forms. So the first form of this could just come through the coaches. Maybe the coaches or the guys at the top of whatever football club you go to, they just have connections. They just have academy links, first team links. Simply just because the coaches or the people higher up, they just know some people. Now obviously, an example of this is like my cousin's team. I know my cousin's team, the two guys at the top, they just know a lot of academy players. They just have a lot of links and connections. So you see many players from my cousin's team going to academies like Arsenal, Charlton, more the London teams, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Fulham, etc., etc. So literally, if you can find, obviously this could be hard. This could be hard in some senses, but if you can find a team where you can hear rumblings of, okay, this guy got sent to Arsenal. What team does he play for? Okay, he plays for this team. And then another one gets sent to Chelsea from the same team. Another one gets sent here from the same team. If you can find them sort of teams who seem to just have, guys who are always getting trials for teams, always getting into academies. You ask them, oh, you play for Arsenal. What team did you play for before? And you always start hearing the same team. You know what to do. You just join that team. Show the coaches that you're good enough, so they can eventually send you for a trial, send you for an opportunity. And yeah, simple really. Just start keeping your ears open about, okay, which players your age in the area you are in, what teams are they coming from before they actually get the opportunity to go trial for academy. So yeah, that's the first point. Literally just join a team where they have a reputation to take people to academies, give them at least the opportunity. Even if people don't make it, at least get the opportunity to basically show what you're about. Now, the next form, I mentioned it before, is literally the parent. Is usually like the parent. If you're a young guy, let's say you're under the age of like 15. To be fair, once you're under the age of 15, basically all the parents are there at the games. Like, I feel like after like 15, 16, the parents stop caring. They make you take yourself to games and all of that. That's when they actually stop caring. That's when they stop believing in you. They stop taking you to games. They're like, nah, you have to go by yourself now. But when you're like under the age of like 15, all the parents are at the game pretty much. So if you can find a team where like the parents are really into football sort of thing, and they have links to academies, then this is great, because obviously I mentioned my brother's team before. There's so many guys in there who have little links. They know certain people. It might not even be direct links to academies. It literally might just be they know a one-to-one coach, and they take their son to that one-to-one coach, and that one-to-one coach has links as well. It can come in various forms. So literally, if you can find a team you see their parents are really involved, their parents are really involved in their kids in the football. We all know the dad who's training their son at like 5 years old. He wants him to become the next Mbappe. We all know that dynamic. We all know that dynamic. So if you can find like a team where there's parents who are really involved, who have connections, who know, because I feel like in this day and age, I feel like all these parents know each other. Like, it's weird. Like, when my brother went to district trials, my dad was telling me that when he took my brother to district trials, it's like all the parents knew each other, all the coaches knew the parents. They were calling each other by their first name. And my dad said he was like the only one there who didn't know anyone. I was thinking, yeah, then you're gonna have to get to know people. So obviously my brother could, you know what I'm saying, he can get those links. But yeah, he was saying that, yeah, this day and age, it's like everyone knows everyone, and yeah, and it's weird. But like I said, if he wants my brother to get somewhere, he's gonna have to start chatting to them guys. He's gonna have to start saying, "Yo, what's your name? What's your name?" Basically, just start mingling with people. So yeah, just little things like this can literally take you far, get you connection, take you to a higher level. Another thing is that Another thing is that certain teams could have like literal partnerships or affiliates with certain academies. Like I'll take my school for example. My secondary school literally had like a partnerships with affiliate thing with West Ham, and it's like we had so many guys in our school who played for West Ham. Like literally the training ground for where the really young players used to play was literally down the road from my school. You could literally walk there in 10 minutes. So yeah, like just literally, you never know. Literally little things like this where teams have partnerships, little affiliates, you can potentially get a chance, get an opportunity. Literally, people in my school, simply because our school had sort of links with West Ham, you saw so many people in various years. From the little year sevens all the way up to like year 11s, even year 11s, sixth formers, even just literally getting trials for West Ham, literally getting to play for them for a few years. Maybe they'll release and they've got to go somewhere else, but even if they get released, the main thing is once you're there in the academy, once you're like there for certain, you're kind of like in the portal. So like other academies will start to, because obviously you're playing games for that academy, so other academies are starting to see you. So when you get released, they're trying to bring you in. They're saying, okay, let's bring him in, let's get him a trial, blah blah blah. So once you're in there, all it takes is just one academy. Once you're in there, you're literally you're basically like I said, you're sort of in the portal. You're sort of known by other coaches. You're probably, even if you get released, you're probably gonna get another opportunity. Like my cousin always tells me that his friend probably got into academy at like 6 years old. So this is my cousin's friend, and I always hear that he's always bouncing from academy to academy. Not because he's not good enough, but literally because he literally because he has the luxury to literally say, okay, I don't like this place, I'm moving here. I don't like this place, I'm moving here. So I think he didn't like. I think he was at Arsenal. Yeah, I think he was at Arsenal. He didn't like it there, so he just bounced and went to Chelsea. Then I think he went from Chelsea to, I think it was Charlton, and I think now he's at Watford now. So yeah, literally, once you're in the portal there and you prove that you're good enough, you can get that sort of luxury of just saying, okay, I don't like it here. Boom, let me try. I don't like it here. Let me leave here and let me try a different academy, see if I like it there. Like I said, it literally just takes one opportunity, one connection, one link to just literally accelerate where you want to go to. So the next point is literally just go to as many random ball sessions, any random training sessions, any random matches as possible, because you literally never know who's going to be there. You never know the opportunities that can come up. Even when it seems like, there's no point in me going, nothing's going to come from this. Literally just go and just see, because you never know, anything can pop up. Like me, for example, like I've literally gone to like little training sessions, little, you know, 10 people training sessions where I thought, nothing's really gonna come from this, blah blah blah. But then obviously I played well in those training sessions, and then obviously there was a guy who was like, where do you play, blah blah blah. And obviously we get to talking, and then obviously he plays for a first team. He invited me down. He invited me down to go train with his first team, and on the first training session, the coach was like, we'd like to sign you. When can you sign? Are you playing this year? And obviously, I told him yes because I thought I was going to play that year. But obviously, I decided to go to uni, so I couldn't play. But this is just one of many examples for me personally that I've experienced it. Literally from little training sessions that I thought, this doesn't really mean anything, but I just went anyway. Literally, I've been invited to like probably like 3 or 4 first team training sessions. Literally just from going to these little training sessions that I thought didn't even matter. Even if it's a situation where it's like your friend plays for a certain first team and he says, just come with me to the game. Let's say they have a game. Just come with me to the game, or come to the training session. And you think, but it's a first team. They're not really really gonna sign me. Blah blah blah. You have all these like negative thoughts, but just go and just see how it goes, because literally, even if you get 10 minutes on the pitch, you could show what you're about in those 10 minutes, and then the coach is like, "All right, come to the next training session," and then you play well in that training session. the next training session, the next training session. Now you're playing. Now you're playing matches for them. Now you're playing um, cup matches, league matches, or you're playing a few friendlies, and then you're progressing from there, and then eventually you're pretty much in the team. So yeah, my advice would literally just be, just go to any random opportunity that pops up. You never know who could be there. You never know the sort of links people that could have, the sort of connections, the sort of teams people play for. And obviously, if they like you, they're obviously going to recommend you to their coach. Then you're going to get the opportunity to show what you're about in the training sessions, in maybe a few friendlies. And then, yeah, that could literally just be the difference from you moving to the next level and you staying where you're at. Literally, just that little training session that you thought didn't matter, that little match that you thought that didn't really matter, that you thought, oh, I'm only gonna get 15 minutes. Is there even any point in me going? In that 15 minutes, you could ball out, and the coach likes you, and then you're playing at a higher level. So you never know. Like for me personally, like it's got to the point where in my area, I'm starting to see like I'll go to this sort of ball session here with this group of people, this group of friends, and then people will know me there, and then I'll go to like a completely different one. Like I remember my friend literally invited me to like a completely different sort of training session, ball session type of thing, where we just ran 7-a-side matches. And then I realized when I got there, like, oh damn, I kind of know a few people, and obviously I know if like 3 or 4 people recognize me from various places, and that's literally just due to getting myself out there. Literally just going to various training sessions, just meeting people. And obviously, one guy came up to me and was like, "Oh, I've got trials for this first team. I can try get you in, blah blah blah." Obviously, I told him, "Oh, I can't. I'm going to uni." But little things. If I wasn't going to uni, then obviously that could have been an opportunity to go to that first team, play at a high level, and then literally see progress from there. And it's just as simple as that. Making connection can be literally as simple as that. Even if you're like, probably when you get to that age of sort of like 14, 15, you can take it upon yourself to, go by yourself to try, go by yourself to different places, just play football. Maybe even you literally go down to your local Astro, literally just to train by yourself. And then there's a group of guys like on the other side of the pitch. You ask them to join in, you impress, you ask them to join in like their little training session, you impress, and then one of them's like, oh, you should come down, come play for my team, see if our coach likes you. And then, yeah, it's simple as that. Literally just putting yourself out there, literally from you going to just go train by yourself, getting a few touches in, and then you seeing people on the other side of the Astro, you go in, you impress them, and then someone invites you to a training session, and the rest is history. Like, it's it's really not that hard. Like, it's literally just about putting yourself out there, and then eventually you're gonna find someone, you're gonna meet someone who can take you to the next level. And yeah, and then when you're playing at that level, other guys who are not putting their self out there, other guys that are just chilling at home, complaining that they don't have the opportunity of other people, they're gonna say that you're lucky. But hey, you put yourself out there and they didn't. Like, they're calling you lucky, but how are they gonna get lucky? How are they gonna get connections if they're just sitting at home, not really training, not really going, not really putting themselves out there, not really going to any places where they could meet people who play for certain teams, play for high level teams. How's that gonna work if they're just chilling at home all day? So, like I said, just put yourself out there. It's that simple. Like, one of the things I like that my dad is doing with my brother is that he's taking him to various training sessions, just getting him playing football numerous times a week, just getting his name out there, pretty much, just making sure he goes to this session, because obviously one that's going to improve him as a player. Obviously, a young player is like 10 years old, so obviously he's going to improve as a player. Literally just playing more football than the average 10-year-old, pretty much playing the same like amount, playing football the same amount of times a week as like the academy guys play, 5-6 times a week. And obviously, if he keeps going to all these sessions, eventually he's gonna start running into the same sort of people. They're gonna know him, and obviously if he impresses, then they're gonna be like, oh, come to here. I'll try to get you in here. I know a scout from this sort of academy. I can try to get you in here. Like, even for example, my dad again was telling me when he went to those district trials, everyone was pointing at my brother saying, oh, that's him. He plays for that team. He plays for that team. Like, apparently, so many people knew who he was. A lot of parents were coming up to my dad saying, oh, your son plays for this team, doesn't he? And my dad was like, yeah, how did you know? He was just like, oh, I've just seen him. Like, your son's a great player, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, literally things like that. My brother's name is getting buzz. Everyone basically recognizes him, knows who he is. Obviously, it helps because he's the only black guy on his team. So yeah, but doesn't. But yeah, like I said, his name's getting out there, he's getting buzz, and eventually, and obviously that has brought him trials at different academies. Obviously, Arsenal have shown interest. Like I said, Arsenal have shown interest, and who else? And Tottenham as well. So, like I said, literally just because my dad was always taking him to training sessions, taking him here, taking him there. Now, obviously, you can be less fortunate, and you may not have a parent who may not have a parent who can take you to all these different training sessions. Some of these may cost money, which you don't have. Like, I get that aspect, but literally, like I said, if you're in that situation, you can literally just go to your local astro just to train. Just say to yourself, okay, I'm gonna go train for an hour. You might see people there, you might not, but just go there. If you see people, hey, try jump in the training session. Try play with them. You never know where they play at or who they know. And if you impress them, they might invite you to play here, play there, play at a high level, basically. So yeah, it's literally just the second point is literally just about just playing more football, just getting your name out there. Go into different places. Maybe you go 10 minutes that way, half an hour that way. Um, yeah, an hour that way. Literally just go to different places, play your best, impress, and then obviously eventually certain people when you what's it called? When you play at different places, then obviously certain people are gonna recognize you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, that's you. I saw you at this training session," and then another guy's gonna come up to you. "I saw you at this training session," and then yeah, that's literally how you make connections. Like, it's not that hard. Literally, just put yourself out there. Go to No matter how small the opportunity seems, just go to different places. Just play your best and see if you can impress and see if you can perform. And trust me, eventually someone's gonna take a liking to you. Someone's gonna invite you to team trials, training sessions, to playing friendly matches. I'm talking from experience. I know this has happened to me, and it's happened to my brother as well. So it's literally that simple. Just put yourself out there. Just play more football, basically. I want to close it off by saying that when I was in secondary school, I would always wonder, like, there'd always be, there'd always be certain kids, at least for me, there would be certain kids that you'd always hear about by everyone. Everyone would hear about, everyone would say, oh, he's a baller, he's a baller. You'd ask this person about him, and he knows who he is. You ask this person about, you know who he is. And I'd always thought, how is this even possible? Like, how does everyone know this guy? How does everyone know this guy simply because of football? And it's literally because either him or his parents just took him to just so many training sessions, um, just across various different places to the point where everyone sort of knows them, and then maybe they got lucky, they met someone, then someone pushed them up to academy. So maybe he trained at this academy, he didn't really make it. Maybe he tried again here, didn't make it. But then eventually, obviously, he got to an academy, they liked him, and now he's got a 2-year contract. Like, for me, I was always thinking, how how does everyone know this guy? And that's literally the reason. Literally because either them or their parents literally just took them to just various different ball sessions and now everyone and yeah, they've just made connections. Everyone knows their face. Everyone knows who they are. And that's one thing about me is that when I was young, like primary school, I didn't really venture out and play, and you'll get to go to these different trials, different places for training sessions, just to get better as a player. I would literally just play for my team, train twice a week and then match on a Sunday. So obviously, I was known as a good player, sort of in my primary school, but I wasn't known like outside my school type of thing. It was only when I got to secondary where it was like, all right, cool. Like, people started to sort of know me as, oh yeah, the football guy, a bit pretty much. But yeah, I always wondered, how does everyone know? How does everyone know these guys? And it's literally just from experience. Like, you literally even talk to these guys, and they'll be like, okay, and you'll be like, how does everyone know you? And they'll be like, oh, it's because I've been to these academy trials. I've played here. I've played here. I've played here. I've just gone to various different places, and people see me, and everyone just ends up knowing who they are, basically. So yeah, literally so simple. Just go out and explore more. Just go out, make time for yourself. Obviously, if you're a young guy, you have the time. You don't really have any responsibilities when you're like under the age of like 15. So hey, make the time. Just travel. Go to training sessions. Go to train by yourself. See if you see other people in the vicinity where you can join in their session. Just little things like that, because you never know who you're gonna meet. So that's the vid. Hope you enjoyed it. I've been JT, and I'm out.